I'm Dov.
I'm Nicole.
We're so excited to be with you guys this morning. If you are new to us, new to our Facebook, welcome. We are so excited. We are here every Sunday at 11 for our Sunday sermon, which is what you guys are tuned into now, whether you're watching the replay or you're watching this live. We are conscious mentors, we are energy healers, we are motivational speakers, and we're really here to create major transformation in your life and for you and help you reach your goals that you're really looking to achieve, whatever they are for you in a different moment. So here, this is a unique video that we like to do every Sunday, and we like to give you our sermon and talk about the things that need to be talked about, give Nicole and I a little bit of chance to do our service and our preaching, which is very important to us, and so we are very excited for this. And this is a very special day because this
Hello,
is
Tiff.
Mother's
What's up,
Day.
Nikki? Yeah. So if you are tuning in, whether you are here now or you see the replay, let me know if it's replay or not. If you are a mom, say, I'm a mama, and tell me where you guys live. We really want to know where you guys are. I want to see all the moms. And for you fur baby moms, I'm not forgetting you, raising your little ones. I know Dov and I love our baby so, so much. And so before we begin, hello, Michelle. What's up, baby? I love you. Before we begin, I wanted to give thanks to all of you mothers. I wanted to give thanks for giving life, right? And I love this topic today, right? Because we're so hard on ourselves and others. And it's a time, right? Like today we get to just like kind of let go of it. And we're going to look more deeply into that. But we just thank you for raising your children, for being there, for nurturing, right? For teaching us all, right? How to actually create life. It's such a wonderful thing. And I also want to thank our source mama. We just thank you. We thank you, Mother, for giving us all life, bringing us all here, the creation of this planet, the creation of ourselves. We thank you, and we thank Mother Earth for all of your food and nurturing and beauty and love, and always creating this healing within us and without us. So we love the moms today. We're so grateful to be here with you. I see more people coming on. What's up, Tara, Tiffany? Again, let us know that you're here. Give a shout out, aho, and amen, and let me know if you guys are a mom.
Absolutely. So if you guys are just tuning in, we are so excited to be here today. We're so excited to deliver this sermon. We're going to be speaking about a quote that came to me the other day really strongly, and I knew that I needed to talk to you guys about it. I knew that we needed to talk about it, and that is, forgive them for they know not what they do. Right? And there's a lot of interpretation. There's a lot of talking about this. And we really wanted to talk about a couple of points that felt really, really strong to us. So if you're just tuning in, let us know that you're here. If you're new to our Facebook, go ahead and like and follow us this way that you're able to find out what's going on all the time. So what does this mean to me? What does this concept mean? Forgive them for they know not what they do. There's a lot of things that we want to talk about here, and we're going to end this with talking about forgiveness of self and others. However, when I hear this, what I feel so strongly is the understanding that we need to have for others in terms of seeing the perspective from their point of view. So when people say to me, how could this happen? How could this injustice happen in this world? How could, this person do me wrong? How could this happen to me in my life? What I always bring them back to is not understanding the circumstances from your point of view, from your level of consciousness, from your morals and understanding, but from theirs. And so when I think about this quote, and I think about the concept of forgiveness for those who know not what they do, I think about how we all have a different place of understanding what we're experiencing. I think about the concept that there are those who do, and listen, I will tell you right now, we've talked about this before, guys, every person is going to act from their best ability.
Yes.
Meaning that they are doing their best. Even if that best is the most atrocious worse than you could ever imagine, it is their best. It is their capacity. Right? It is their capacity. And so when I think about that quote, and I think about Christ consciousness, I think about the concept of unconditional love, it is compassion energy that comes to mind, right? And it is not condemnation of behavior that is harming others. It is not saying that a behavior or an action is okay. It is not saying that you do not have to have boundaries. It is not saying that you accept things that are not feeling right. But it is creating an understanding. And that understanding is creating compassion. And that compassion is creating shift, is creating possibility, is creating expansion. And that compassion is the forgiveness that creates peace for you and peace for this planet. So when we look out at injustice and we say, that shouldn't be happening, that makes me mad. We all have it. That is wrong. That's not fair. That's not okay, whether it's in our lives or it's in the greater expanse. When we see that and we respond in kind, we only perpetuate the energy that we don't want to see, that we didn't like from the beginning, that we were angry about in that moment. We feed it. We create that perpetuation, and we also don't allow for the possibility for that person energetically or physically to start to shift. But what we also have the choice to do, if there is some consciousness, even if that consciousness is coming from the awakening that you're having right now in this moment to hear this,
yes.
If you have that consciousness, you then enter choice. And that choice can be to exchange a different type of energy with them. An energy of forgiveness, an energy of understanding, an energy of compassion. For if they knew fully what they did, then by nature, their best would enter a different energy.
Yes.
Right? It would enter a different behavior. So whether it is that we don't remember, whether it is that there is conditioning, and it's funny, I'm going to stop here because before we got on, Nicole was saying, we've had so many experiences in our life like this. We've had so many stories, and I would love to think of one that we could share. And I said, wow, I've gone through so much of this, I can't think of one. And they just gave me one. And we were in the car recently. Nicole loves animals, right? So much. Who doesn't love animals? But we really love animals. We're in the car, and she said, I keep seeing these articles about this particular country who keeps harming this particular type of animal, and it's making me so angry, and I'm so hurt, and I can't understand, and I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And it was really hurting her. It
Yeah.
wasn't bringing any peace to her. It wasn't allowing her to keep her vibration up, right? And I said to her, do you realize the container that they're working in? Do you realize what they are living through?
Yep.
Do you realize what they were taught? Do you realize from their perspective life? Do you realize? And in this one particular article, this person had found an animal.
A baby dolphin.
A baby dolphin. And instead of trying to do maybe what we would do in some places, instead of trying to save it, they took it home and they took it home for meat. And she was really, really, really sad. And I said, in that container, maybe there was 10 children at home that had no food for months. Maybe there was a survival. Does that mean that I would do that? No. Does that mean that I would advocate for people to do that? No. But it does mean that I could create understanding. And in that moment of understanding, all the energy shifted from that frustration to love, to forgiveness, to understanding, to compassion, and shifted to create possibility.
Yep.
In that energy, we create possibility. We create possibility to see that there isn't that separation. We create possibility to have peace within ourselves. We create that possibility to have impact.
Yes.
So I heard some of you say, well, I have to fight people. I have to fight people so that I can get the change to happen. And there are all different paths to advocacy in this world, and your path is different from my path, and I respect that. But what I do know is that you are such a huge catalyst to that change from your shifting inside of yourself. You're shifting inside of yourself into that compassion energy, into that understanding, into that forgiveness. Because there is fear. There is misunderstanding. There is deception. for so many people that when I hear that, forgive them for they know not what they do, because they know not what they do.
Yes.
And because we know not sometimes what we do.
Oh my, it's such good stuff. If you love what you're hearing, please share this video. Dov just killed it. I was sitting here and I'm thinking about my life and how I learned so much through my experience and existence. So when I grew up, when I was younger, we moved to Colorado when I was 7, and we moved to a very Christian state, Colorado Springs. And I was bashed for being gay. I was going to hell and all these things. And at the time I was really hurt, kind of messed my life up a little bit. And when I look back now, I look at, what they and people are taught in cultures, in religions, right? And I don't judge that. I get that. I get that you are speaking to me your truth at that moment where your consciousness, what you believe to be true. And I can stand in that and I can send you back love and I can understand that. When we bring understanding, we don't have to eat that I'm this gross gay lesbian. Right? I was able to just reject it then and be like, that's what you believe and that's okay. I remember a time I had a conversation with my brother where he started to preach and I set a boundary. I was like, listen, you believe that, I believe this. Let's just be brother and sister and love each other. And the day that he accepted that, our relationship changed. I was a drug addict for 20 years. People called me a junkie and a loser and disgusting and selfish. And you know what? The way I was acting, the person that I had become was gross. Was doing all those things, was selfish. Was that Nicole? No. Do I believe now we have to change the way we look at addicts and understand that there is the person and there is the things that come out of that? Yes. And then I could speak that and I could come from grace and mercy and understand that when a mother is like, my kid's an effing junkie, and I get the fear. Hatred comes from fear. Anger comes from fear. We do things out of fear. So when I see people attack me for certain things, it's because they are scared. Do you know how scary it is when you actually make someone question their beliefs? Oh, people love Dov and I, and some people do not love Dov and I. Some people get really triggered because we make people question, because my whole life I had to question everything and came to find out that most of the stuff that I believed to be true wasn't true. So now I'm just open. I'm like, you know what? Maybe the things that I learn are not true and I'm open to the truth and bring it on. And I've been learning some true things. Right? So culture, background, the way we were raised, the time we were raised. Everyone is where they are. But the only way to change that is through bridging the gap. And the only way to bridge the gap is through love and forgiveness and understanding.
Yes.
When we stand and we're just like, no, I'm not. Listen, there's no way to get there. You will know them by their love. I keep hearing it all week. You will know them by their love. People will recognize you not by your skin color, not by your beliefs. Your beliefs, but they're going to recognize you by your love. That love changes everything. Being able to love the unlovable, being able to watch those videos and I'm like, oh, and not judge and love anyways. That's where the shift happens. That's when the things start to change. That's when people start to jump on. That's when people that their whole lives are one way begin to maybe go, wait, that's something different. What is that? I don't understand. I want to know more.
Amen.
And we're so connected that as you change and as the next person changes, everyone starts to change. It goes through the collective, and it's this deep cleansing that keeps happening. The only way to do it is that if you have a mild version of being able to do this, to expand in this superpower, because I call it a superpower forgiveness, to expand in it, to allow for it to grow. This is one of the greatest gifts we were ever given. If I couldn't forgive myself for the things that I've done and the things that were done to me, I would be in a coffin right now. I almost was because of it. I tried to destroy my life because I was so angry with certain people in my life that it almost put me in a coffin. And I was so angry with myself and I hated myself. And I was able to shift through that because of forgiveness. Because I was able to give myself another chance. I was able to give other people another chance in my life. And so on and so on. And so I can't tell you that I think I said this last time. It's not an easy thing when you see something or something happens to you. You want to react. Your first reaction, that's okay. It's okay. You can be angry. You could be loud. You could curse. You could do all of those things. But then we have to come back to the correction. We have to come back to love. If you are inspired right now, just really hold on to that you have the capacity to turn it and come back to love at every moment. I have seen it with people that their family members have gotten murdered. My stepbrother was murdered, and I had to bring truth to what had happened in that situation. Right? I've had things that people did to me, assault, different things, and I was able to just really forgive in the moment because I understood the circumstance and where I had put myself and all of that. And it's only made me stronger and more loving and more awesome, right? And freedom. I didn't want to, I'm like...
No, I love it so much, guys. Oh my God, if you're just jumping in, we're so excited to have you guys with us today, talking about the amazing and impactful quote of "Forgive them, for they know not what they do," what it means to us. And if you are listening to this live, write hashtag I am love. Let us know you're here. Hashtag I am love. If you're listening to the replay, hashtag I am love. We just want to see that you guys are here. If this is resonating for you and you know somebody out there needs to hear this message, let's share this video now. Get that message out there to as many people as possible. And if you're just jumping in and you're new, make sure to like and follow our page. So, I was listening to Nicole and I'm like, yeah, I mean, we don't, Sophia has a lot to say today. We don't, or every day, right? When does she not have a lot to say? So I was thinking about it and when you encounter somebody, right? You encounter somebody with a lot of anger. You encounter somebody who has bigotry, who has attack, who has discrimination, right? What is happening? They don't know. They don't understand. They don't know the other side. Every time I have sat with someone, it has been a lack of information or understanding. Every time somebody has been angry or hateful, there has been an other root underneath it. It has been something about themselves, or it has been about something that they fear. It has been that fear because of something that they don't know. Because of holding on, the ego trying to hold on to beliefs that were past. And so it is true that when we act in a way that isn't love and is out of line, it is out of a state of forgetting. It is out of a state of lack of remembrance. It is from a state of not knowing in that moment, not knowing what it is that we do. And I was even thinking about, for some of you out there, I was thinking about even the energies without us, even the energies outside of us, even negativity outside of us. This is energy that is simply misinformed. We are all one. We are all one energy, and there are energies that are misinformed, and there are energies that are connected to the information. For me, information is source, creator, God, light, connection, okay? So the more we are able to connect with that energy, the more clarity and information. That's why if we come back to forgiveness, then we are able to connect with truth and information. We are able to step out of the unknowing. We are able to step out of the misinformation. We are able to step out of that space, right? And so moving slightly apart from that quote, the concept of forgiveness as a whole, the concept of forgiveness, how we have been conditioned to abuse ourselves and to judge ourselves, how we are conditioned to believe, programmed to believe that we are weak should we forgive others for behavior that they do to us. Not understanding there is a distinction between boundaries, between taking care of self, between being unconditional with self, and forgiveness. Yes. Because forgiveness allows you to have your personal freedom inside of yourself. The lack of forgiveness creates a poison, a resentment that you take and die from, as opposed to somebody else taking and dying from.
When we hold on to resentments, we become paranoid, right? That energy stays in our field. It locks us up. It's binding. It's almost like a jail cell. They always show me a jail cell, right? We're all this, I can't forgive you for this, I can't forgive you for this, and then we become like, we think the world is against us. Because we're all alone. We build a jail cell where we're all alone and there's no form of connection. Because people are going to fail you. You are going to fail yourself some days.
Yes.
You are going to screw up. I can promise you that you are going to mess up. You're going to mess up. I mess up all the time. And it's okay. Right? Because I know that I deserve to be forgiven. And that's another thing. Do you think and believe that you deserve it? And a lot of us do not. A lot of us are so hard on ourselves. We're so hard, right? I need to be perfect. And actually next week, we're going to talk about the trap of perfection and the trap of morality, because there's so much there, so I don't want to go too far into that. So freedom, forgiveness is freedom. We don't want to hold on to other stuff. If you tell me right now, so-and-so and this person did this to me, right? I had no choice in that. And you're reliving it. You're choosing in this moment to relive it over and over. And that's your choice though, right? So maybe what someone did to you is not your choice. But what you are doing to yourself now is your choice. And you have the responsibility. And I can see this like hardcore because I have been there. I was that person that blamed everything and everyone for everything that was happening in my life. If I wasn't brought up this way, I wouldn't have been this way. If you didn't do that, I wouldn't have done this. It's your fault. It's not my fault.
Amen.
And I suffered. You know, it was the first time someone ever said it to me at 16 was like, you know, you kind of need to forgive people before they say they're sorry. And I was like, you're out of your mind, because a 16-year-old mind is not going to get that. I didn't get it. I got it later on in life. And then I remembered what this man told me. And I knew, I was like, oh, right, there's so much. And here's the thing. When someone really hurts you, if you think, unless they're a complete sociopath, if you don't think they don't carry that with them, because they do, and I don't care how they treat you now, even if they're nastier than nasty, if you don't think that they don't carry that with them and that you could possibly be the key to unlocking that pain and guilt and shame, because it is the worst thing to house is guilt and shame. It takes our vibration and just pummels us and leaves us at like a little target for energy that we do not want in our lives. And the experiences that we don't want to experience. That's why you see people or things start to happen and it just continues and continues, all this bad luck, but we're actually recreating it, right? I've been there too. I've been there. Right? Luckily, I have the most amazing masters and guides that protect me and all these angels that love me so much and they love you so much. And I trusted and I had faith.
Yeah.
I remember Dov's mom said once, she was like, Nick, she was like, you're breathing right now because of your big old heart. Like, if you didn't have that big old heart, she was like, you're breathing, because I loved and I trusted. I did trust. And I mean, I trusted through things that no one should trust, right? So allow yourself the freedom. Are you not free right now? Are you holding resentment against yourself?
Yes.
We all do. Or someone else. And this is a perfect day too, right? It's Mama's Day, right? It's you know, we often, it's the one person in our lives that we always want this connection with, what we had the umbilical cord to, and that there was that kind of connection. And so when we lose that connection in some sort of way, the pain that comes through that is agonizing from both the mother and the children. And so I just want to bring a lot of love in. There's a lot of pain. A lot of you have lost your moms. And I just want to bring so much just peace and love into your heart. And if there's stuff that's unsaid or undone, giving you the opportunity at some point, even if your mom's passed, to say it, to be with yourself, to be with what's coming out of your mouth. Allow yourself to hear it. And if there's any discord between mothers and their children, we just clear away any negativity, any negative thought forms, any things. You know, it's like in a blink of an eye, things can change. We're talking about something so powerful. In a blink of an eye, everything can change, right? With this love energy, it just can change, like as if it never was there. We don't forget things, but our energetics around it, our emotions around it can really change, where it's almost like it never happened, or we have the capabilities of doing that. Our brain is so beautiful and our emotions are so beautiful, and their interaction with one another as we do this work and as we clear and as we bring in so much love to heal those places that are hard to heal, you know, they can change. Right? Some people are like, I will always feel this pain. I will never forget. I will always feel like this. Okay, yes, you will never forget. but it will change. Those feelings around, I've had it happen around things that made my stomach flip. Like flip, where I was like, that'll never change. I will never not have that feeling. And I don't have that feeling around certain things anymore. So I know it can change.
Yeah, you know, when Nicole was talking about it, I was thinking about so many examples of that change. So many examples. When we work with our clients, we're going right to the root. I am looking at things like, even when I look at someone's records, when I'm doing a deep reassessment or alignment of their records, when I'm doing a soul realignment, I'm reading their soul records and I'm looking through things and I'm going, it's never about letting go of the memory. See, our souls need the memory to evolve. Our souls want the memory to evolve.
Yes.
It's about letting go of the trauma. It's about letting go of the impact, of the reaction. That's not yours. So it's okay to have the memory because the memory lets you grow. But I can look at things, I can feel things, I can talk about things with no bondage. Because those traumas, those pains that you're holding on to so tightly because they're serving you in this moment, they are binding you. They are keeping you from being able to get where you want to go. They're holding you from where you want to go. And you don't ever have to forget, but you don't have to hold that weight.
No.
And that weight is not letting you float up, and that weight is not allowing things to shift, and that weight is not allowing you to move. It's keeping you bound in a way that doesn't need to be. And even right now, you all can bring in the willingness. You can ask for the willingness. You can start here. I am willing, right? And if you want to put it, I am willing. I ask for the willingness. I pray for the willingness, however you want to say it, to release this. Sometimes all it is that we can start with is the willingness. Because guess what? You think, who the heck wants to hold on to my stuff? Who wants to hold on to the pain? Who wants to hold on to the lack of forgiveness for self? We do. Our parts, our ego, our protectors, because they serve us. They serve our stories. They serve the stories that we make up about our lives. They serve the stories to keep us in the positions that we're in our lives if we feel that we can't shift out of them. So if you just want to at least have the willingness, right? You can write in the comments, #willingness, right? Replay willingness. Just willingness. Bringing in just willingness to start to release that. And believe it or not, that starts to change things right there. You are already telling the universe that you are opening that shift.
Oh man, I love it. I love it.
So we love you guys so much. We are so excited that we could be here with you guys today to talk about this because this is a very important topic. And this topic could go so far and so deep, but that is the message that we feel that we need to share with you guys today. And it is a beautiful today. And it is Mother's Day, which is something that, you know, is something every day because we have this great mother that is taking care of us, this earth space that is taking care of us all the time. And we are so blessed and abundant to be here. So today, let yourself feel the abundance of being here. Let yourself feel how you are nurtured and taken care of. Let us be grateful for that energy. And every single one of us can be in that gratitude because should it not be for this mother, the earth that we are here with right now, should it not be for a mother, we wouldn't have the opportunity to live this life. So even if that is the only connection that you wish to experience or honor for today regarding a mother, you are here. I wrote on my Facebook today, my mother is my best friend, but I wrote and I thought and I said, thank you so much for letting me be here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for letting me be here because I am so grateful that I could come through and I could be here on this planet. So if you are standing here right now, then you are able to be here on this planet. So we are so very grateful you are.
We love you.
Because you are so important. We love you guys so much. If this message was something that impacted you or felt good to you, please join us any and every Sunday at 11. We are here live doing our sermon. We have tons of other content that's going to be coming for you guys. So just hop in. And if you're new, go ahead and follow our page so that you are able to get notifications for this stuff and you don't miss it. We are here to serve you. That is what we do in every way, in every capacity. So we are so excited to be connected with you guys. And if this message was really resonating, you guys can tag somebody in this video who maybe needs to hear it or share this message so that more can hear it. It is each and every one of our jobs to remember this message. It's each and every one of our jobs to spread this message, to allow ourselves to continue to raise the vibration and to continue to understand that through this energy of understanding, compassion, and love, that these things and these divides and these separations that we think we are experiencing will melt away more and more fully as we enter into truth, and we enter into connection with source, and we enter into information. Woo! So take that little bit of your responsibility, not only to have that impact for yourself today, but make sure that others hear that message as well.
Yeah.
We love you guys so
much. Be love. You are love. We love you.
We're so honored to be with you guys. We love you.
Say bye.
Bye, guys.